In the realm of faith and spirituality, a profound battle unfolds, one that transcends the physical realm and delves into the depths of the supernatural. This battle, rooted in the eternal struggle between good and evil, calls upon believers to be fully prepared for the spiritual warfare that surrounds us. In this video, we will explore the significance of spiritual preparedness and delve into the tactics that can ultimately save us from the clutches of darkness. As devout followers, we must recognize the profound reality of the spiritual battle that engulfs us. It is not merely a conflict between mortal beings, but a cosmic clash between the forces of light and the forces of darkness. Understanding this truth empowers us to approach our spiritual lives with the utmost seriousness, arming ourselves for the challenges that lie ahead. At the core of our spiritual preparedness lies a strong foundation in the sacred texts and teachings of our faith. The Holy Scriptures serve as our spiritual arsenal, providing divine guidance, wisdom, and discernment. Engaging in regular study and reflection on the sacred texts fortifies our faith, equips us with spiritual knowledge, and enables us to recognize and counter the strategies employed by the enemy. For the Word of God is alive and active. Sharper than any double-edged sword, it penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart. Hebrews 4:12. Prayer emerges as an indispensable tactic in our spiritual preparedness. Through earnest and heartfelt prayer, we establish a direct connection with the divine. It is in these sacred moments that we seek divine guidance, strength, and protection. Prayer allows us to align ourselves with the divine will, inviting the presence of the divine into our lives and empowering us to wage warfare against the insidious attacks of the enemy. Embracing a lifestyle of worship is a potent weapon in our spiritual arsenal. Worship redirects our focus from ourselves and the challenges we face to the transcendence and magnificence of the divine. It reminds us of the Almighty's sovereignty, fills us with divine peace, and invokes the presence of the divine in our midst. Worship creates an environment where the influence of the enemy wanes, while the divine power resonates and prevails. In the journey of spiritual preparedness, fellowship and accountability play a pivotal role. Surrounding ourselves with fellow believers who share our faith and values provides a network of support, encouragement, and spiritual challenge. Together, we can share insights, intercede for one another, and stand united against the adversary's schemes. In communal harmony, we become a fortified force, resisting the onslaughts of darkness and advancing the cause of light. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. Hebrews 10:23-25. NIV. It emphasizes the importance of fellowship, accountability, and coming together as believers to support and encourage one another in the journey of faith. It encourages us to hold on to our hope in God's promises and to actively seek ways to motivate and inspire one another to live out love and good deeds. The safeguarding of our minds emerges as an imperative tactic in the spiritual battle. The enemy relentlessly assaults us with deception, doubt, and negative thoughts. Therefore, we must be vigilant in monitoring our thought patterns, filtering them through the prism of truth, and capturing every notion that contradicts the sacred tenets of our faith. By renewing our minds with divine truths, we fortify ourselves against the cunning devices of the adversary. For though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:3-5. Walking in unwavering obedience to the commandments and principles of our faith stands as a mighty weapon in our spiritual preparedness. Obedience aligns our will with the divine will, reinforcing our spiritual authority. It permits the divine to work through us, imbuing us with the strength to resist the temptations laid before us by the enemy. Through obedience, we exemplify our trust in the divine and position ourselves under the divine mantle of protection and victory. Equipping ourselves with the spiritual armor delineated in our sacred texts assumes paramount importance in our spiritual preparedness. As detailed in the Holy Scriptures, this armor encompasses the shield of faith, the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, the helmet of salvation, the shoes of peace, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Each piece serves a specific purpose in our spiritual defense, warding off the assaults of darkness and enabling us to stand firm in the face of adversity. Remaining vigilant and alert is a non-negotiable aspect of our spiritual preparedness. The enemy prowls, seeking to exploit our weaknesses and create divisions within our ranks. Staying alert requires heightened spiritual discernment, an acute awareness of the enemy's tactics, and a willingness to confront and overcome the challenges that arise. By remaining vigilant, we guard against complacency and ensure that we are ready to face any spiritual battle that comes our way. In the realm of faith, the spiritual battle rages on, demanding our unwavering commitment to spiritual preparedness. Through the study of sacred texts, the power of prayer, the transformative force of worship, the strength of fellowship, the renewal of our minds, obedience to divine principles, the donning of spiritual armor, and a vigilant stance, we equip ourselves for the spiritual warfare that surrounds us. May we remain steadfast in our preparedness, fortified by the divine power that can save us from the clutches of darkness.